श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai 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 Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Swamiji.
Yes. How do we begin today? How do we begin? Where do we begin? Huh? But devotee says we are hearing because of him. That is the truth. Yes. What is to be shared, you tell us. If you want us to observe mount, that also is okay. Nothing. We have to read, that's all. Okay? If nobody has anything, I will read. The Papa's words, there is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring children, or manifestation of that one supreme reality. To recognize God as our divine parent and to know that we are his children means that the differences that we have created amongst ourselves on the basis of religion, creed, nation, and country are entirely false. These differences amongst us, which are the cause of mutual strife, quarrels, and wars, must go, and they can go only when we live with each other in the light of the great Spirit God that dwells within us and create a harmonious atmosphere so that all conflicts and wars may be completely eliminated from the life of humanity. There is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring, or children, or manifestation of that one supreme reality. To recognize God as our divine parent and to know that we are his children means that the differences that we have created amongst ourselves are entirely false. Differences amongst us, which are the cause of mutual strife, quarrels, etc., must go, and they can go only when we live with each other in the light of the great Spirit God that dwells within us and create a harmonious atmosphere that all conflicts may be completely eliminated from the life of humanity. Here one word, originator of us all. With that we can do some manan. There is only one God who is the originator of us all. All these days Papa has been telling about that none of us have originated our life. In the Bhagavad Gita he said, I am the source, eternal source of everything. So this subtle and mysterious power, which is at the back of everything, which is the substratum of everything, it comes and says through an avatar that I am the seed of everything. That itself, is the plank upon which we can travel. I have been thinking I am the originator of my life. That is why I have put this is the priority, this is the preference, this I will not like, this I like. So likes and dislikes, preferences, priorities, rights and wrongs, all these things have validity because I think I have originated. I have fixed up the rights and wrongs. Please think about it. That is why my rights and wrongs need not be the rights and wrongs of others. Each one's rights and wrongs, each one's preferences, priorities, they differ each other. But the moment we come to know the originator is not me, will I not slowly accommodate others also? At home, in the workplace, with friends. The problem we have is of this, Don't you think that is the originator of all our problems? Absence of the originator is the problem we are all facing, At all levels, if there is disharmony, if there is communication gap, is it not because of the fact that I feel I am the originator of my life? Please think. My conflict with others comes only because when I start asserting, we may have to assert, we may have to say, put down certain things. But knowing that he is the originator, we can do that. Knowing that I am the originator, I should not do that. He is the originator, he prompts me to assert, it's all right. And there won't be any vested interest. If there is vested interest, it stems from me, the sense of individuality. Only I will know whether it stems from the me and mine or from a higher dimension. Who will know? Nobody else will know. Only that person will know. So instead of me becoming the originator, I should know the real truth is that he is the originator. For the past so many days now, we have been hearing Papa's words through so many Mahatmas. And when I was in the form of a seed, the present me and mine had no role in it. God says, I am the bijam, I am the seed. That is why here it is mentioned, there is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring, children. Just by reading it, we may not be able to accept that theory, unless it is, complemented by deep manan. So the life force, bijam, is God's. But the mind intellect, it has come from, the subtle body has come from my previous birth. This subtle body prevents us from knowing that God is the originator. Because it rushes up with its own concepts. Before we can choose anything, it has already taken a decision. And we abide by it. Is it right or wrong? Everyone has to think. So this one word makes us to go deeper and deeper. There is only one God who is the originator of us all. Initially we thought we are the originator of our life. We are planning, we are getting educated, we choose a vocation, we develop so many things, we earn something, we buy something, we acquire something. So the mind is bringing all the justification of why do you say I have built up my life. I have chosen the path, I have put in efforts, everything is valid, right. But one question we have not asked so far. Where from we came? If we try to get an answer, our present perspective will definitely change. First thing, we are not the originator, we know that. Intellectually we know that. Another thing is, we are what we are because of the factors other than us. Our life itself exists not because of us. When these three factors are properly contemplated, reflected, we know that I am not the originator. So all our presumptions based upon this tumbles down. We have to do some thinking. Papa said there is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring, children. To recognize God as our divine parent and to know that we are his children means the differences that we have created amongst ourselves on so many bases are entirely false. We go back to our childhood days, when so many were there in our house. Nowadays, of course, nuclear families, one child, two child. Previously, 6, 7 children will be there. The whole norms God is now has reshuffled now. So we need some other simile now. Because when we say brother, sister, father, mother, uncle, cousin, some affinity is there, That's why we are naming these words. He is my cousin. He is my uncle. Something, there's something common has been identified. We all belong to the same root, we will say, In Kerala, in this part, I think it must be there in Kerala through. There is now a movement. One family is called Tarwad. Suppose the eldest person is there. He would have been guiding people to know different people. They are all placed in different parts of the world. And then all of them somebody will take the lead of contacting everybody. We belong to this Tarwad. And they all come here and they have a Sangamam. And many people open a website also. In one of the such programs, they called us to inaugurate that website. So we were just asking, what do you feel? How do you feel that this website will help you? You know what they said? We are supposed to identify with everybody. That is not possible. At least we will try to see from where we have all come. Our great-great-great-grandfather. From there at least somebody can pick up the thread. And we try to understand. And there may be somebody who may be struggling hard in their life to give education to their children, to give marriage, to arrange for the marriage of their daughter, or somebody is seriously sick, some serious sickness. At least we will come to know, we can help each other. So it is a wonderful idea. In a limited way, trying to expand. And while introducing that website, he made a clear-cut idea about this. It is not for anything else. At least we will know each other's. Somebody passes away, somebody's birthday, somebody gets a new life partner. We will all know each other. And if somebody is in difficulty, we can also try to help as much as we can. So that feeling of oneness, at least from the family, Mataji, that is why I always used to say, universal love and service should start from our first family, not forgetting about the family. Are we close to each other? To our brother, sister, then cousins, then uncles, then their sons. At least we can make under one banner we can bring them. So God as our divine parent, and to know that we are his children means that the differences that we have created amongst ourselves are entirely false. These differences amongst us, which are the cause of mutual strife, quarrels, and must go. They can go only when we live with each other in the light of the great Spirit God that dwells within us and create a harmonious atmosphere so that all conflicts may be completely eliminated from the life of humanity. So when we hear this, what is it that we can do now? No? Otherwise it is only a theory. So Papa wants us to know all our conflicts come because we have forgotten the originator. Not only that we have forgotten, we feel we are the originators for our life. Everything starts from the me and mine only. Unknowingly, not that knowingly, unknowingly. When we meet a spiritual preceptor guru, he tells us this, and based upon that, can we now revisit all these places and then find, oh, I am not the originator. If that dawns, that is a big gain, isn't it? It's a wonderful, powerful word. There is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring. To recognize him as our divine parent and to know that we are his children means the differences we have created amongst ourselves are entirely false. We remember one incident, one person is leading a righteous life. Somehow he couldn't get on well with his paternal uncle, so he abstained from contacting him. But when his father passed away, somebody elder in the family, some cousin of his father, he called him and said, forget about it, you be in touch with him. Next day he wrote a letter. The union took place. Both of them were able to identify that belong to the same family, For a moment. Only that is necessary. The fusion takes place like this. So that is why Papa is bringing the word father. Because that we can easily understand, not a talk. So this particular word, God is the originator. I feel I am the originator of my life. I should now start thinking that God is the originator. It is not that easy to accept it, agreed. Because our rights and wrongs, likes and dislikes, preferences, priorities are so strong. And mind will definitely has got a pakka record. Why we are right, why we prefer, why we prioritize this, It will be powerful. So to set aside everything and to rise above is the toughest job. But Papa is now giving us a food for thought for all of us. Think that you are not the originator, he is the originator. And think that he is the originator of all, so you and I are all genetically connected. Anybody would like to say anything?
devotee is asking how to overcome fear.
Fear. Philosophically speaking, we say fear comes because of otherness, When I don't identify the common thing in them, naturally I feel insecure. It comes out in the form of fear. But in the practical sense, when we keep on trying to understand that the one who has originated, the one who has initiated my life, does he not know as to how I should lead the life? And he is the same who has also brought out various creations. So he gives us the prompting whenever it is necessary to safeguard ourselves. But fear stems from absence of otherness, a sense of insecurity, a sense of losing something, a sense of danger for my body, That means I am separate. But there also, I will not be able to get over it if I am not aware that it is he who has initiated my life. Then I feel perfectly all right. This is what Papa teaches by his experience. And for that various methods also we have seen. Faith. Faith in God. Gandhiji was able to overcome because of the faith in Ramnam given by his ayah. Papa subjected himself to most trying circumstances which have been chronicled in Quest of God, because he was well stabilized that God is the guiding force, he knows what is true, what not true. For you and I, probably we have to have some other practical clues. Suppose you feel attachment to the body, it will definitely cause fear. Attachment to our wealth causes fear. Attachment to my name, fame, status causes fear. Think about it. If I am in a position to diagnose where from it has come, I might be able to, with the help of our master, with the help of the faith, unconquerable faith. There the deities also play an important role. Gurus play an important role. If we start analyzing it, as spiritual children of Papa, when we start analyzing it, we know he has given us this sense of fear only to make ourselves move towards him. The moment we catch hold of his feet, then we feel safe. If our faith is that strong. Actually, from Papa's In Quest of God, first chapter, we also learned one more thing. There is something more deeper than faith. What is that? Trust. We may have faith, but do we have trust in him? The moment we have total trust in him, we have to go through our own life experience where how did we get out of fear? Our mind may be bringing out certain safeguarding elements, okay. But when it crosses certain boundaries, when we plead our inability to safeguard, then we cry, We have shared many a time that anecdote which had happened in Chennai many decades back. A person who was not having that much intense faith in God, especially in the form of God. And his wife was totally dedicated to faith and worship. So whenever we go to their house, we will ask, where is mommy? Oh, mommy is in puja. He will say in a lighter vein, I think she is busy with some pujas or something like that, as if he doesn't give any weight. So after some time when we went there, Mama himself was doing puja. So we asked what happened. So mommy said, you wait for him and ask him. So when he came out, he looked like, with vibhuti and everything. Pakka Bhakta, which I have never seen for many years. What happened to you, Mama? I asked. Then he said, you can play with anybody, not with Guru Vairappan. So when his grandson, the daughter was in US, when she came here in India, and then the grandson was sick, he is very much attached to the grandson, and naturally he was taken to the hospital. There it became critical. So then the doctor said, this is the maximum we can do. Now you can take him back. So that means medically everything is ruled out. So when he brought the child back home, unconscious, when he placed, suddenly, he went to the puja room. After a long time, he is going to the puja room. And he looked at the photo of Guru Vairappan. Guru Vairappan is Lord Krishna, no? Many of you might know. And he said, if you are a reality, you should make my grandson speak tomorrow and get back to normalcy. And if you do that, I will come to your temple and do this Anga Pradarshana, Shayana Pradarshana. It's a long prakaram, very long prakaram. And this man is a fatty person. And then he sat there. Mommy gave, of course, the tirtham, prasadam, everything. And they were chanting, Narayana, 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 Narayana. At 5 o'clock the next day morning, the child opened his eyes, called Amma, after a week. Immediately, word was passed. He came out. He saw it's a reality. Straight away went to the railway station, booked the ticket to Guruvayur. Evening he left. Next day he reached Guruvayur, did the Anga Pradishanam, and then he told me, you can challenge anybody, not Guru Vairappan. So now we know from Papa's writings that God put him in the test to make his faith firm. So fear of death, that's why we remembered now. Fear of death of our dearest beloved one. So by that, faith. Faith in the higher power, either through form or without form. Best thing, two or three things are there. Those who can go a little inward, they can try to know that I am not the originator of my life. So you are the originator, and you are making me to pass through such a stressful period. Please make me aware that you are the originator always. Every now and then my mind interprets that I am the originator, so I have to safeguard. And whatever safeguarding measures I have taken, I feel is incomplete, insufficient. That is why still the fear comes. Please remove this. So another one is, I have got full faith in him. So if at all he creates some problem, he will know how to solve it. And it doesn't mean that we have to keep quiet. Whatever prompting he gives from within, that. So if suppose reduce our possession, do you think that the fear will be there to that extent? If we lead a simple life, if we have got very basic needs, That also we can read from In Quest of God. When somebody lost something, somebody is upset. Papa was not upset. Because everything is his. Through one form he is taking, through another form is, that's all. If that much we cannot go, at least we can keep on thinking about it. No? So each one can gauge at what stage he is, whether he is in a position to completely feel that he is absolutely safe, then the fear will not come at all. If we have faith at the same time, material influence is also there. We try to do, we try to learn, we try to ask somebody. In Kerala, many people go to this astrologer, in times of crisis. It's because of the fear of the future, What will happen, I don't know. Then they prescribe. What do they prescribe? They are not telling something supernatural. They will only say, go to this temple, do this, do that, do this. That means you bring in the God factor behind it. And that strengthens your faith, that's all. And the faith will definitely give the cushioning factor for our fear. This is something, there is no direct one-word answer for this. Everybody is subjected to go through all these things. It is not unnatural. But at that time we should know God is touching us to have our faith in Him more and more. And when we go through, when we hear such anecdotes, our faith gets more and more strengthened. That is why people go to temples and ashrams, People have got some relief. Based upon that relief, they develop that faith. Somebody must have, they would not have said, somebody must be going through some conflicts. Many have come, even in the material plane, they have lost everything, they got thoroughly dispirited, dejected. And when they take part in the Ramnam, we don't tell them you should take part. You try. Because unless faith is injected in this Ramnam chanting, so when they do that, after 2 or 3 days, we can see from their face, they are at peace. They get charged. They go back. So these are some of the ways by which we can get over the fear. And whatever faculty God has given us to protect, whatever He made us to feel ours, that will be done by everybody. We don't keep quiet. We also respond to it to the extent possible. Suppose we are staying in a place where there are snakes. It may not be possible for us to keep the door open. But we have seen somebody who keeps the door open. Because they don't feel the fear. They were in a jungle. They were in a hut. We used to go once in 15 days. So one day morning, early morning when we went there, we reached there by about 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So the couple who were staying there, they said, there is no door. Everything is open. And then we would have our breakfast and some nuts, dry nuts, and black coffee or black tea, something. So we all sat there to eat. Suddenly, at the so-called kitchen, there is no kitchen as such. Some oven is there, firewood oven. and some firewood is there. So there we heard some sound. So this lady said, "Oh, my friend has come." "Who is your friend? If you are curious, you can come and see." When I went there, serpent was there coming. She offered something and it ate and then it went back. You and I may run, the moment we see. So it depends upon how you look at it. They were feeling absolutely safe in a jungle infested with all these. I am not telling papas that which we have witnessed with our own eyes. As we were entering once, suddenly she showed signs, stop there. For a moment we get, shaken. A person who is coming home, he said, "You stop," and not a word. But we know that she means something deeper. Then she showed. So one crow was eating a papaya fruit. So she did not want us to make any disturbance. She was not worried whether the papaya is taken by somebody, If we are attached to that fruit, we will immediately make some sound and to save that papaya. But here the universal love, when she was stretching herself to as many as possible, she was free from fear. She was free from insecurity. She was free from attachment. We are sharing because this had happened some 50 years back, but still it is so vivid. So when we all discuss about fear, we are trying to bring out all these things. So how to change our perspective and feel for ourselves safe. And going back to our topic with which we started. What was that we started? Huh? Huh? Originator. God is the originator. That itself is a very thought-provoking word. Oh. Yes.
Papa says God is everything.
Huh?
Papa says God is
The whole
everything.
universe is bound by God.
Huh?
What auntie? Papa says God is everything. Then
The whole universe is bound by God. Right?
Correct. Yes. Correct.
that's all.
In another quotation, he says, "The first thing you do in order to know and love God is to become aware of your kinship with Him, closeness with Him. Verily, you are born of Him," originator again, a spiritual offspring inheriting a great originator's nature and qualities. This recognition of relationship with Him through continuous thought and meditation of Him dissolves the screen that separates you from Him, and thereafter you always bask in the sunshine of His divine presence and feel that the Beloved is always with you, never losing Him for a moment, ever enveloped by His love and radiance. The first thing you do in order to know and love God is to become aware of your kinship with Him. Kith and kin, we say kith and kin, that kinship. For that we should know we are born of Him. He is the originator. A spiritual offspring inheriting the great originator's nature and qualities. That is why we often quote, Swami Vivekananda often quotes from Upanishads. Shunvandu Vishwe Amritasya Putraha. Look here, everybody. You are all heirs of immortal bliss. So here he says, you are born of him, a spiritual offspring, inheriting the great originator's nature and qualities. Mamevam sho jivaloke jivabhuta sarana. When he says in Bhagavad Gita, I am there in everybody. So everything points out to that. We have to somehow start identifying the common factor in all of us. So while chanting the name, if we can bring it, it might be a very great help to us. Because we have come from him, we are living in him, we go back to him. This we have to keep on hammering. Whatever he has entrusted, we have to keep it as a trustee. And give back to him through any form to whom he prompts us to give. So the fear will not come at all. So as spiritual aspirants or spiritual children of beloved Papa, we keep on bringing all these and try as much as possible in our day-to-day life. Not limiting to hearing. And when the fear goes, we are completely relieved from so many tension, stressful period. Trust in him and trust in his creation, both should come.
Swamiji, my atte, they lived in farmhouse. All of them, they will sleep outside in the summer season. Not now, when I was small. Then I will ask her, what about snakes? She will say, good people, they won't harm good people. That confidence is there, they are good.
Yeah. In many places, North India, charpai, they'll keep it outside. Quite right.
Swamiji,
Ah.
in the interest of God, Papa used to sleep under his gunny bag, there were red scorpion.
Yeah. Yes. So in our own way, whatever possible, we should try now. When we have minimum possession, and if we are able to reduce our attachment, definitely the fear will also be reduced, because nothing for us to protect, nothing for us to keep it exclusively for us. And for fear of death, with all that, fear of death will be there. That has to be overcome only through spiritual inquiry. There also we will know that when we have not originated, does he not know when to part with? That is how they conquer this fear of death. So everything zeroes to our trying to become aware of the originator in us. The first thing you do in order to know and love God is to become aware of your kinship with him. Verily you are born of him, a spiritual offspring, inheriting the great originator's nature and qualities. This recognition of relationship with him through continuous thought and meditation of him dissolves the screen that separates you from him. And thereafter, you always bask in the sunshine of his divine presence and feel that the beloved is always with you, never losing him for a moment, ever enveloped by his love and radiance. As we read, we get that charge. Very powerful, forceful expression. This recognition of relationship with God, through continuous thought and meditation of Him, not hearing, dissolves the screen that separates you from Him. And feel that the beloved, and you always bask in the sunshine of His divine presence. And feel that the beloved is always with you, never losing Him for a moment, ever enveloped by His love and radiance. So these are, we have to keep on thinking about the originator. So Nama chanting should enable us to remember Him. Not outside, within us. First we have to realize Him within. So we are praying to Him while chanting. If it is not possible to simultaneously do this, that means trying to remember Him and chanting His name. At least before chanting, in between chanting, after chanting, we keep on hammering this. You are with me, you have been with me, I am not aware of your presence. Kindly enable me to become aware of it. I am existing only because you have originated. You have facilitated, not only originated, you have facilitated also after that, till this moment. But still I am not aware of your presence. Please make me aware. Like that we keep on bringing it in our own way, in our own words, and carry on with the world. Every day, 3 to 5 minutes in the morning, suppose we do that intensely, the impact of it will remain for some more time. And that may enable us to experience have his fleeting experience.
Swamiji, in Papa's book, Talks by Swami Rata, there's one point under Rajkot. He says, God is the sole refuge.
God is?
Questioner asks, God is the sole refuge.
God is a sole refuge.
Soul refuge. Refuge is the help.
Questioner is asking that only under Sattva Guna, when we are under the influence of Sattva Guna, we are able to understand and behave that God is doing everything.
Yeah.
Not otherwise.
Yeah.
And this is our problem also. That is why I want to
Correct.
that to you.
So whenever we are in sattvic mind, then only all these thoughts will come. Rajasic and tamasic mind, it may not be. So during the day, we won't be Rajasic throughout, we won't be tamasic throughout, we may be also sattvic, During that period, we try to cache. That is why people like us who are involved in various activities and who have got a big baggage on our back, which has got terrible influence on us, we try in this way. During our sattvic passive moments, we try to dwell on these aspects and try as much as possible, silently, and see for ourselves. When we have shown our keenness on this direction, mysteriously we will be led further. Mysteriously. That is sure. So this earnestness should come. He is giving us a long rope. So let us all try to pray and introduce this dimension also while chanting and try to move in that direction. Make me thoroughly fixed in the reality that you are the originator and I am not the originator of my life. If you make me that, I am sure I will be able to get over all the problems. If you are the originator, then the onus or the responsibility of taking care of me is on you, not on me. So why don't you please do that? That is the truth, but I am not aware of the truth. Because of that, I am subjected to go through various stressful periods. Please. We will do that. Every day we will try to get some ideas from Papa's various teachings, so that our move towards the becoming aware of the originator becomes more and more firm, solid. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Between 5 to 5:30, we will have Ram Nam in the new share. So we are all proceeding. You can all be there mentally. Hari Om.
Are you live?